My name is Ella. I'm here to talk to you about living a creative and artistic life. You may think you're not artistic, you may find it hard to call or consider yourself an artist, but I know there are so many artistic people out there who are just afraid to show what they make because they think it's not good enough, and they look up to people they admire and they see their work and think, oh my god, I could never get to that level. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. I mean, you could get there too once you've had all the practice that person has had. And I struggle with that myself. I get blocked a lot because I don't even know if I'm perfectionist, but I'm very picky and choosy when it comes to creating a drawing or a painting, because I want it to look good in the end. I don't want to disappoint myself. I want to make something and say, look. But that doesn't happen from one day to the next. You really have to stick with it and you have to practice, and only then will you produce a pristine looking piece of art that's finished. So because I know how hard it is to get out of a rut, I'm here to encourage you and encourage myself to just make art. Do whatever your heart desires. Don't think about the results. Just enjoy the journey. And I know one of those things that we struggle with is beginning or starting a project. So I found out that to get that first momentum, like to get started, it always helps to, first of all, create a creative space for yourself. Like just empty a corner of your apartment or house or whatever, or empty a tabletop and just dedicate it to art, whatever you want to do there, and just leave it there. Even if it's a part of your dining table, you can probably shove things to the side and leave things there, because it takes a little bit of effort to get something out of a closet and put it out and set the stage for whatever you want to do. So I say, whatever, if it looks messy, who cares? If it encourages you to get started and get doing things, then just put it wherever you have a little bit of space and declare that your art zone. That'll help. Like when I start a sewing project, for some reason, I know it isn't much work to get out the sewing machine and put it on the table and get out all my other trinkets and things that I need, but it's just easier for me to sit down when everything is already there and waiting for me and saying, hi Ella, you should sew a little bit, you haven't done that in a while. So yeah, just even if you don't have much space, everyone can find like a square meter in their home where they can place a notebook and some colors. So that's not an excuse. Don't say I don't have enough space. The second thing that really helps me is to just get started. It's wonderful to plan things, and it's wonderful to get inspired and research and take notes on what styles you like and what you like to try. And by the way, notes are very important, because when those ideas are flowing, you should put them down, because you are going to forget about them later. But that's another topic of its own. What I mean is that don't overthink. Think about what you want to do. Think about your goals even, but then just get going, get started. Even if that means just going to your table where you have your art supplies and sharpening your colored pencils, or cleaning up a little bit, cleaning your workspace so that, I don't know, your ideas can flow better. Or just sketch, just do the first doodles, really just doodle and don't think about a result. Just get that wrist moving and get that hand-eye coordination going, and you will see as soon as you've started and you're a bit warm, then you can move on to bigger things, but you have to start somewhere. don't begin your huge project all at once. Just, I don't know, doodle a flower or something. And once you have the pencil in your hand and you're getting used to the movement of just drawing, going through the motions of feeling of the paper, you will find courage to make something more elaborate. Another point I'd like to address is your health, and especially your spinal health. So we spend a lot of time sitting in our lives. I don't know what your day job is. Most artists have a day job, unless they're lucky enough that they can live from what they do. But most or many of the jobs nowadays require sitting at a desk for many, many hours. So if you're that type of person who says, I don't want to spend more time sitting on my butt, basically, drawing, set up an easel anywhere. It can be in your, like I set it up in my living room even. I spread out a tablecloth, like those waxy kind of tablecloths that are a bit waterproof. Get all your art supplies in a box or cart or whatever you have, and keep them close by. Place them on a table that you protect somehow. Put it on an apron to protect your clothes, and just draw, paint anywhere. If you're afraid of the mess, just cover things up. It'll be fine. If you use acrylic paint and you're quick about it, you can wash it off with water. If you use watercolor, it's not going to be that messy in the first place. Now with oils, okay, I love oil paints. There are water-soluble oils nowadays, so that's really, really, for me, I think it's a great way to just try out those things that you've been wanting to do all this time, because all the old paintings that we see are actually painted in oil, but the solvents and the chemicals that we need to clean our brushes and dilute oil paints keep us from using them. So buy a set of water-soluble oil colors. You're going to be amazed. I mean, those colors are so vibrant and so amazing. It's a different way of painting. You will have drying times, but you can work on 2 to 3 things at the same time, and you don't have to finish things right away. Like, you can make it your spring project. Just work on it over a course of a few weeks or even months or years if you want to. That's okay, but just try things out until you find your medium.
Okay, so today I'm painting something for my mom. We're originally from the Middle East, at least my father's side, and my mom has an Arabic corner, so to say. So she wanted a painting to hang up with all her other Arabic trinkets and things. So I decided to copy a painting. So this is not mine. This is originally by Gordon Coots, an Orientalist painter who lived from 1868 to 1935. I painted this in acrylic, although it's originally an oil painting, and I really enjoy oil, but I wanted to be done with it quickly because it does have quite a few layers, and I decided to do it in acrylic and use up some of the paints that I have, because I decided not to buy any more acrylic for now. So the first thing I did actually was mix up some of my own acrylic paint, so to say, from old chalk pastels that I had. Blue chalk pastels, because like I said, I'm not buying any acrylic paint anymore for now, because I've just done that for too long and moving on to other things. So I didn't want to buy an extra blue tube of acrylic paint, so I took my chalk pastels and actually hard pastels that I don't use as much as the soft ones, and I mixed them with acrylic medium to make my own blue paint, and it kind of worked out. I mean, sure, it's not going to be as radiant as the chalk pastels, but I used it for the sky and it worked out for my purposes. The rest of the colors, I had some things left over, and as you can see, I'm working with little plastic lids and even yogurt lids that I had instead of palettes, because especially with acrylic, I tend to just toss my palettes when I'm done because it just sticks to everything. I do have a glass palette, but I like using those sort of things that would end up in the trash otherwise, so that's why you see me using little tiny translucent plastic things. This was quite straightforward and simple, a nice fun project to just get back into the flow. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're inspired to start something of your own.
And I hope you enjoy it too. Yeah, I don't know what I was about to say. I don't have a plan. I don't know what I'm saying anyway. I should have planned this. Less talking. So hi. No. Ladies and gentlefolk, boys and girls. Nope. Do I have more tips? I don't know. The solvents, the smell of it, kind of, yeah, just, well, keeps, I don't know, sharpening your color palette. I don't know what to say. Let me give you a few facts. I don't really have this planned. I'm just gonna talk about myself, which should be pretty easy to do because I know myself quite well. I'm so pleased and so grateful for each and every one who watches those things, because maybe I should change my clothes before I pretend this is the second video. Especially when you can talk about wildlife preservation and species protection. That's not the way you say it. Artenschutz. How do you say Artenschutz? I actually don't know. And what else did I do? And especially,